I remember growing up with my mom's side. She didn't really like me communicating with the males. Is it sex? Is it male sex we call them or just male?
Boys.
Boys. Yeah, let me just say boys. She didn't really like me interacting with boys. I don't know what men did to her, but on the other side, my stepmom didn't have a problem. Like we are kids, so why should we be having thoughts about sexual whatever? Because you guys are kids. What do you want to be thinking about? But from the other side, my mom is like, you have to be thinking about all of these things. Even from like a very young age, you have to start thinking about all of these things. They're very, very important because you don't want to, as a as a 9-year-old child, I already know that if I touch a guy, I'm going to get pregnant. Like, you know, all of those things. But on the other side, from my other side, they didn't tell me that if I touch a guy, you get pregnant. Growing up in two different backgrounds actually just, am I allowed to swear?
All right, Tifa. It's okay. It's okay. Welcome to Bios. Happy to have you here. Okay, so
Thank you.
where are you from?
Hmm. I'm from Lagos, but people don't believe that you can be from Lagos. Do you
Why
get?
not?
I'm from Lagos, like
Hmm.
the way people are from Ibadan and Osun State. So I'm from Lagos, Ekpe.
Hmm. You grew up there too?
No,
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Lagos, then Ibadan, then um the outskirts of Lagos. It
Hmm.
was just a mix. Just
Hmm.
grew up everywhere.
Hmm. And how was
Between
that for you?
that's good. I mean, come here.
Yeah. Okay. So, what was your childhood like?
My childhood. Hmm. It was, I don't know, like typical let's say Gen Z kind of childhood where you think like your life is miserable because you're asked to do chores and all of those things, and you get scolded for one thing or the other. Yeah, it was kind of fun. I think I want to go back to when I was younger than now, but like my childhood was just, it was complicated too. Yeah, it was complicated and it was just there. It was
Do you want to talk about the complication?
complication, the whole family thing, the whole having to think about, I mean, being brought up by two separate families. This way, we do our things this way from this family, we do our things this way from this family, and then you're confused because, I mean, every normal person is from just one family and they have one direction, but me, I have like two different directions. So it's like I have to be the one to decide on the direction I want to go on. So it was complicated for a child, like for a growing child.
Yeah.
So, but look at me, I'm trying to not let that affect me. Instead, I'm trying to use that to encourage me, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, at what age did your parents separate?
Before I was born.
Okay,
Before I was born.
so were you with your mom or your dad?
At the beginning, I was with my mom,
Hmm.
and then I moved to my dad because they wanted to like make my education better. So yeah, I had to move in with my dad. Yeah,
How many siblings do you have?
I have 8. I'm
8.
always very proud to say that. But like being the firstborn, yeah, I have 8 siblings.
What is that like?
It's fun. It makes me feel like the next superhero after the parents because there are some things that my siblings can't tell my mom or they can't go ahead to tell my dad, but like I'm the one they could tell. And then there's siblings from different kind of family backgrounds, my mom's side and my dad's side. So it's like I understand what is happening in this house, and I also understand what's happening here. So I know how to like communicate with each of them, and I know all of them deep down. Like we communicate well. Communication is actually very, very important for me and my siblings because I'm not sure if I have that with my parents. So yeah,
Awesome. So, you said you're really close with your siblings, right? All of them,
yeah, all of them.
boys, girls.
Just one boy and then girls.
Oh, does he like you much?
Sorry.
Does he like you much? Your brother?
Yeah, he literally just even sent me a message this
For
morning to
real?
give him a gist, and I'm like, bro, there's no gist. I'm just hustling. I'm looking for money. It's like, and he's like, oh, he's really glad to have me as a sister, and I'm like, feeling
Oh,
bloody with myself, cause yeah, who are you not to be proud to have me as a sister?
that's
But
amazing.
yeah, we're actually really close. I try to, he's a guy,
Yeah.
and having sibling sisters, I'm usually around my dad's side of the family. So I'm usually around my sisters from my dad's side. So having to do with a boy is not as easy as I think. But having male friends, understanding whatever struggles they go through every day, I will be able to relate to, like, some certain things he tells me in, like, confiding and all of that, because there's some things he would definitely not tell my mom and she'll be able to undo right. So, like, there's sometimes that he would need me to talk to my mom for on his own behalf. So you have to, like, tell me how I would, like, tell me whatever he has to say, then I'll know how to, like, tell my mom that, oh, yo, your son, this is how you this is what he did, but you not take this case like this. You have to, like, try to understand where he's coming from and all of that. So yeah, I'm really, really close to him. Like, I have to be close to him. I don't want anyone to go astray. I don't want anyone to, you know. So I have to be really close to him. Like, I need him, and he needs me, and I need him too. Yeah. So
Okay.
Okay. Are you closer to your mom's family or your dad's family?
I'm close to all of them.
Really?
I tried my best to not just be closer to one side, because in the beginning my dad was just trying to make me stick to one family, because I mean he's my dad. I'm taking his name and all of that, so I'm supposed to stay in his own side. But I also have my mom, who also have kids that I also have to, like, they also look up to me, because, oh, I have one elder sister somewhere. She doesn't stay with us, but I can tell her anything and all of that. So I try my best to just make sure that I am open enough for them to reach out to me anytime. I'm close enough for them to communicate to me anyhow they want to. Like, I'm just there. Just I don't have that elder sibling to also look up to. So it's good. It feels good.
Did this make you rebellious? Did you become a rebel as a kid?
Rebel.
Yes.
Ah, is rebel the word? I don't know if it's rebel or
Stubborn.
stubborn. Someone is not. I'm stubborn even till now, whether I'm young or old. I'm stubborn. I accept it. I like being stubborn, because if you're not stubborn in some situations, they can't know what you stand for, right? But, like, growing up, I and my stepmom used to have a lot of issues, because it was different. I had to adjust to a new mom. So it was like, it was also different for her. I mean, having to take care of your husband's child. So it's like, oh, I'm a mom and I didn't ask for it. So it was different. It was hard for both of us. But at the end of the day, we were able to, you know, she did a very, very great job, trust me.
Yeah.
And I think I was actually a rebel, and I'm probably still, but it's better now. I think we're trying to understand each other in a better way. That if I do some certain things, she can understand why I might have done them and all of that. But back then, I was under her care, so if I was a rebel, I'm not going to lie, because I was really naughty. I was really, really naughty. I just did things not caring about anybody's feelings. I could just do things, take things without asking, without doing any of those things, and just get out on her nerves. And me, like I said earlier, different backgrounds. If I was my mom, taking her things wouldn't be like some kind of big deal, but, like, it was a kind of big deal to her, because I mean that's the kind of person she is. Well, I mean, growing up with somebody like that, you have to adjust, because she trained me alongside with the rest of the kids, so it's all of us together.
So you
So
have two different trainings, right? So
yeah,
how
basically,
are you able to merge both of them?
you see why I say I'm a superhero, because ah, growing up in two different backgrounds actually just, am I allowed to swear?
Yes, you are.
Oh yeah, so it just really fucks with my ment, but it helped. It's helping. I was a little bit depressed as a child, because growing up and seeing everybody, how will I say it? When you start going to primary school, people's parents are coming to pick them up, and you see mommy and daddy, and then me, I'm like, not yet accepting that I have a mommy, although not my stepmom, but like a mommy, and then not accepting she's my mom yet. So it's like just a dad. I just always just saw just my dad, and then my mom on the other side. So it was like I was always sad. Like, why can't my own parents just be together? But I mean, they weren't together before I was born. So who am I to say let me join them? I don't know whatever reason they had, and I really don't care to know, because at this point I'm trying to also live my own life. So yeah. So I think I don't know. Growing up in both backgrounds just really shaped me in some kind of way that it was not. It was a little bit toxic. I'm not going to lie, because I mean, it was a little bit toxic. It was a little bit toxic because I remember growing up on my mom's side. She didn't really like me communicating with the males. Is it sex? Is it male sex we call them, or just male?
Boys.
Boys. Yeah, let me just say boys. She didn't really like me interacting with boys. I don't know what men did to her, but on the other side, my stepmom didn't have a problem. Like, they're kids, so why should we be having thoughts about sexual whatever? Because you guys are kids. What do you want to be thinking about? From the other side, my mom is like, you have to be thinking about all of these things. Even from like a very young age, you have to start thinking about all of these things. They're very, very important because you don't want to, as a 9-year-old child, I already know that if I touch a guy, I'm going to get pregnant. Like, all of those things. But on the other side, from my other side, they didn't tell me that if I touch a guy, you get pregnant. Because what are we talking about if you touch a guy when we can always talk about um when we can always talk about go watch TV, learn better English and all of that thing. Yeah. So different priorities for different families, different, I don't know.
Okay, what would you say was your biggest influence when it comes to your art and craft and your personality? Because it seems like you're a
Hmm.
very, very social person.
Yeah, I picked that social whatever from my mom. She has this she wants always wants to be involved with whatever is going on everywhere. So I think I picked all of that from her. I picked the whole socializing and all of that from her because my stepmom is not the kind of person that likes to put her business out there and doesn't want people coming in like into her own space. So that's how she trained us too. So whenever she's going out, she leaves us in the house. When other kids are out here playing, we're playing in our own space. Like, that's how I was trained. But that's how I was trained in that side of the family. So whenever I go to my own mom's side of the family, somebody's birthday is out here. We're going from one party to the other. We're celebrating. There's one friend is coming today, another friend is coming tomorrow. So it's like social life from one family, another life, a private life to another family. So it's like, I don't know. I picked that social whatever from my mom. And then my dad and my stepmom, they have this art art like vibe. My dad is a photographer, and when we hearing from his background stories from my cousin, I mean sorry, from my uncle and family members, they'd be like, my dad was also very creative. He also used to do some craft and all of that. So I feel like I picked all of those things from him. And then my stepmom also has craft in her because growing up, she started off as a fashion designer, and I was always I'm a very, very curious person, right? Is it curious or inquisitive? Someone that just wants to know what's happening.
Yeah.
How is this done? If I see like, oh, this is a dress. How the fuck was this dress made? I want to know how it was. So I'm always like really, really interested. And she, like I said, a private person, she doesn't like you being all up in her business. But I try to like pick one or two things from her growing up. I mean, she was always in my. I grew up with her. She grew up with me, or however it is. But like I picked some art stuff from her, like sewing, like bead making, because and then she also encouraged it because she really, really encouraged. She noticed that I had the whole skill or the whole interest, and then she just imposed it like a permanent, like, a compulsory thing for me and my other sisters. But like they didn't seem as interested as I was, and then that's like some kind of ladder for her because if I'm the firstborn and I'm able to um have all of these skills, I can also always put my siblings through. So she like made sure that she spent so much money
I'm training you.
on training the whole act. I see a talent, so I'm going to invest in you. So you can also teach your siblings and obviously try to make a living out of it or something. Just as long as it's your interest. So I think she was one that brought it out of me because I didn't even know I had some of those talents until she saw it and she's like, anytime there's this school event that has to do with talent, that has to do with like the athlete stuff that I was talking about, that has to just do with um, kids involving aside school stuff, right? She just always tries to impose it that you people are going to go for this, you guys are going to learn this, you guys are going to do this. Aside school, aside math, aside English, aside reading and all of that. And then she just made sure that I learned, you know?
So, what do you do right now?
Mm, I'm a businesswoman. I learned business from um my stepmom and my moms, let me just say my moms, basically, they were the ones that I looked up to in that term because first my stepmom started off as a fashion designer because now she's a civil servant and she still does her fashion designing when, but this one is like leisure, like on her leisure time when she's free, when she has something to just think about to create, she just wakes up one morning and decides to, when she has time, because now it's taking most of her time, the civil service. But like I picked that skill from her because she was always imposing that we, how will I explain this? The business thing was always imposing that in life you don't get to have everything that you want. You have to be hardworking. You have to like to be seen. You have to do things that people need to see you for it. So that they can call you, not you running after them that this is what I can do.
Yeah.
You have to be you have to have something to show for whatever you say you want to do. If you say you are a dancer, show us. Let us know that you are a dancer. If you know that you are an artist, let us know that you are an artist. So you have to show for whatever you want. Like show whatever you like. Let's see what you have to offer, right? Because this life, if you have 1 minute to spare, I mean, if someone with high position has like 1 minute to take of their own time to see what you have to offer, and then you now come up to just waste it. That's your whole a chance that you have just gotten off. Or you, so if you have something to show off, like I
Show
mean,
it. Show it.
I mean, you should go ahead for it and go
Yeah.
ahead. And then my mom on the other side, she was a hustler. I mean, being a single mom, hopping from one teaching job to another, and then you see her still also trying to sell one thing or the other just so that she can make ends meet. So it was like, hmm, business here and business there, and then I also wanted to be independent when I got to the university. I went. I had this senior colleague that was not in my department. She was the first person I met in OAU. I think they were. She was trying to invite me to church or something like that. And then she was just, when new freshers come in,
Mhm.
you see some people at most trying to sign you up for one or two things. They just tell you sign up. I mean, because of the kind of person I am, I want to sign up in everything. So I'm interested. Okay, I'm interested. But she was trying to bring me to church. So I just tried to like explain to her why I wouldn't be coming to church, but we can still like communicate.
Yeah.
And then she put me through some things that OAU, like some life lessons she had maybe in her own 100 level because she was in 200. So she put me through some of those things. And then she told me that she was selling hairs that time.
Mhm.
Funny thing is, I don't even remember her name. I can't remember, but when I see her, I'm sure that I definitely recognize her. She used to sell hair that time, so I bought hair from her. And I wanted to buy another hair from her again, and then I told her that I did not have the money because my pocket money was not enough. And then she went, "Oh, I don't have to wait for my dad to send me pocket money before I can make money. Like before I can have money." Then I thought about it. That's true. So from there, I started making nails. I went to the market. I went to buy a bunch of plastic nails to go and nail polish because I was really a freak about these things. I had some for myself, and then my roommates, I used them as
Models.
one or two of them as models. Like, you people bring your hand, and then there were people I was looking up to in my hostel too that I felt like, oh, they are I needed their connections, maybe because of the kind of way they relate to other people too. So they knew some certain people. So I'm like, oh, if I can do something free for you, you will refer me and like that, like that, like that. So in my on my block like this, I was already known for that girl that does ENA. She's in R5. That I be is it R6 or R5? I think I was in R6. Yes, R6. That guy that does ENA. That guy that is making nails. That guy that is making hair. Like it was just that girl that is that girl that is. So I'm like, yeah, I'm that girl. I'm that girl. And then from there, I started getting better. I started crocheting. From there, so the business thing just came up like a means of surviving
Yeah.
without my parents in the picture, but they're still in the picture because there's sometimes when the season is Aquarius, and when the season is Aquarius, after calling on God, we call on our next mini God,
Your
our
parents.
parents.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think that's how I got my own business strive or business whatever
Business spirit.
ginger. Yeah.
Ginger. Gotcha.
Okay. So, what are you most passionate about? What's your dream?
My dream,
Yeah, yeah. You have so many business lines: the crochet, the bead making, the bag making,
yeah,
the hair making. Do you want to have like this empire?
empire.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, um, I see all of these things that I'm doing as just some means of surviving,
Yeah.
like trying to be independent.
Yeah.
Basically, I feel like God has more purpose for me, for my existence. Basically, God has more purpose for me. So I feel like is there's a certain time for it, and I don't think that time is up yet. I
Mhm.
mean, or that time is yet, or how is that correct? I don't think the time is up. So
Mhm.
like it's not a time for
Yeah.
whatever God has for me to come up. So I am still trying to like wait for God. So while waiting for God and waiting for life, whatever life throws to me, I'm just trying to survive.
Mhm.
But deep down, if you're going to ask me, I honestly want to be a teacher. I love
Wow.
kids a lot. Like I like dealing with younger people. Like maybe because
Have
I have
so
a lot
many
of
siblings.
siblings,
Yeah.
but like I love kids. I like when my little cousins come around. I like when I just tell them, hey, you come here, don't do that. I like all of that stress. I like the old mom figure thing because another thing is my stepmom made me she sat me down one day and asked me that, do I know who my sibling's second mom was? I said, when I answered, I said my own mom. You know, she's my stepmom. So I was trying to think about what she meant when she said, do I know who my sibling's second mom is when she's not around? I now replied and said, my mom. She now said, no, no, not your mom. She's talking about me, like I'm my sibling's second mom. When she's not there, she's relying on me to look out for my siblings. Like she knows that is going to be a little bit tough.
Mhm.
That's why she is going to be there. You know, she's my mom. Like basically my mom because she's actually my mom. She's literally trained me from like I was from age 6 till like now. So imagine.
Yeah.
My mom was always just in the picture, maybe during the holidays
Mhm.
and all of that, and maybe when I was growing up from like
Mhm.
0 age or breastfeeding to like 6, and every other holidays I go around to see her and then see another part of life. But like, where am I going to? Where am I going to? I
Teaching.
love
Yeah.
kids. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing. I love kids a lot. So I feel like at the end of the day, I'm going to be
A
a
teacher.
teacher eventually. But you know, when people hear you want to be a teacher, they'll be like, you want to be collecting how much for salary. So that alone is a little bit scary because people believe that most teachers ended up being teachers just because there was no
Last
job
option.
or that
Yeah.
was like some kind of last option. So
Yeah.
it's very odd when you hear people say they want to be a teacher because of some certain personal reasons. For me, I would like to teach young kids. I would really, really like to teach kids.
Okay. So what's the most important lesson you've learned in your life?
What's what?
Important lesson.
Important lesson that I have learned in my life. Um Most important lesson I've learned is um you know, we as human we always feel like when things don't go our way, the world is against us. Um, the world is against us, or you might have done something wicked. You know, you just feel like something is just wrong somewhere because the thing just didn't go right. But like, I have come to realization, or I have come to realize that sometimes we are doing things just because we probably just got the chance to do it, not because that's what we're supposed to do, or because how will I say it? We're just doing it because that's what we are, just what we see ourselves doing, right? But like what God has planned for you is probably different from what you want for yourself. Like so just have God in your mind, put him like take him seriously because that's another thing. If you don't take God seriously, it's not like it won't take you seriously, but like how will I say this? You know, absent mind, like
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So if you're like you don't believe that there's some miracle that's going to happen, miracle is not going to happen because you don't
Happen.
even believe that
Hmm.
it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I believe that you should just have faith in God and then do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning like me. If I said that I want to create a brand today, fashion, if it's fashion parading brand to this morning. I wake up, I say, okay, please, is there anybody that would like to do modeling? If you say I, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I started a new brand. That's how I wake up every morning thinking of something new. Have I changed this whole interview to a sermon?
No, you know.
If Barry has something planned for you, so just calm down, keep cool, and I'm gonna keep. I mean, what was that trend? That
keep cool, keep.
exactly.
I
I mean, keep
remember.
calm and
Keep
keep
calm.
cool.
Yeah.
Keep calm and keep cool. So yeah, because God has your back if you have him. Like if you have him in mind,
Yeah.
he has you in mind.
Mhm.
That's it.
Alrighty. So we've come to the end of your
Yay!
interview.
I hope you had fun, and I
Yeah,
hope
I did. I
I
did.
wasn't saying jargons
No, you weren't
because I
saying
feel like
jargon.
at some point
Nah, you were good.
I was great.
You're awesome.
Thank you for having IR station. By the way, you didn't ask me for my name. You asked for my name.
I'm so sorry. What's your name?
My name is Haleemah Salam Bolwa Tifewa, aka Tifewa, the CEO of Higher Station, CEO of the sixth lane. I hope by the time this video is going to come out, sixth lane is going to be better than where it is right now. And yeah, I think it's just those two brands I have for now.
Really? What about the sixth lane? Is
Sixth
the
lane takes
crochet?
crochet and the beaded bags,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
then Higher Station just takes anything hair generally.
What about
So
your painting?
painting is just a hobby that I get paid for.